Alright, it's December 7th, and here in Wisconsin, they're calling for 2 inches of snow in the next couple days. So, gonna put the snow tires on my wife's car. It's a 2013 Ford Taurus. So I got 2 sets of rims, the original ones which have the snow tires on, and then the one she's been running all summer. We're gonna use the quick jack. Got it kind of halfway set up here. It's got the electric powered hydraulic lift thing. So again, we got the Taurus. Gonna slide those underneath there. We get it in position. I'll show you how that works. So once we have everything set, I'm just gonna show you guys the old method. So even with this low profile, so I have 2 jacks. That's a standard jack, and then you've got the low profile one. Even with the low profile one, to get underneath here far enough back in to get on, an A-arm or something solid, I was always bending plastic, or flexing it out of the way, or you have to do a little short stroke jack, do a little jack to get it up. So those quick jacks are kind of pricey, but if you're trying to do a tire rotation, man, is that way easier when you get the whole car up in the air and go through that. So, alright, I've kind of got the quick jack set up underneath here, so it's going to kind of show. Generally, most cars have a little triangular mark underneath here, and you might be able to see it now that I have the light here. That's a little triangular mark. That's their jacking point. This might be supposed to be hard to see here, but so if you look underneath there, there'll be a little pinch weld, which you can see right here. It's just real thin where all the metal kind of comes together. So that's what they want you to jack up on. So I take these little blocks, line them up with that. The problem being, the quick jack is a certain set length, and there's some different pans on there. If you go to the back where they want you to jack up, for like if you're using their jack just in one position, is right here. Well, if you look at the quick jack, this is the pivot. So I try to err on the side of having the front be where that's where all the weight is. The engine's up there, transmission, all that fun stuff. So this block here, I line up with this other piece of the pinch weld here. So done that this way before. It's been a while, so when we get it up, you guys can all laugh at me. One other thing, just got it set up here. This is the power unit, so I've got that all ready to rock and roll. But what you have to do is put the quick connects on these. So I usually, just for ease of storage, have these things somewhere else. You connect that, and pop this off, some little covers, and snap that on. Oh yeah, this is working well with only one hand. Alright, so both of those are in, and when I come back, we'll be, jack, I got both sides kind of in there, so we'll set the camera up here, and then we'll start doing some lifting. Alright, we got my helper here. Alright, you know where the up button is right here, and the down button is right here, so I need you to push that one, okay? Push it and hold it down. Alright, we should be good. You can let go. Now we'll just back it down a little bit so that the locks get into place. Okay, this side's hitting. Head over to this side. Yep, so we're all loaded up on there. Now what we'll do is we'll pull the tires off. I've got the new tires kind of set up into place. I marked them last year with the left front, left front, right front, and all that. So I'm going to alternate them. They're directional, so I'm just putting the fronts in the back and the backs in the front. So when we come back, we'll be taking these tires off, putting the other ones back on. Alright, I got the helper here. He's going around. I got them all loose.
This is not loose.
That one's, you turn that one the wrong way. That one's right. Put that one in the pail. There you go. And that one there. There you go. Turning it the right way. There you go. There you go. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. There you go. There you go. It's off. All right. Alright, on the ground. Find it and put it in the pan. Alright, so you go to the front one and get the front ones off too. Alright, so one of the things I don't like about these rims that I bought were, these are hub-centric, and then the stock, or the rim that I bought, apparently came larger. So what they do is they've got these aluminum rings, which all in all is a great idea. That's kind of stuck. I have to get a screwdriver to get that off. But then they have these clips. So what you do is you put the ring in here, and then this clip is supposed to sit in this groove. I think 1 out of the 4 actually holds it in there. So if you're not really careful when you're putting them on, it pops out and then it gets lost. So I'm going to not put these on. I just have to make sure I take care of these things when I put them away. All right, I've got it off, and this is a good time to check the brakes. If you just pop your head in, usually you can see lots of pad. The car's got about 70,000 on, 75,000. So everything looks decent in there. What I generally do, you can kind of see there's some anti-sieze. I usually do all the flat surfaces, throw a little on the threads. I know, again, people are probably screaming, but to me, then I don't have to worry about getting the nuts off later. Put it all tuckered out because there was so many nuts to take off these wheels. So now I'm going to put this wheel back on, and we're going to show an easy way to do it. It doesn't involve you really straining. So use your legs and just lift up with your legs. It goes pretty easy to try to align it and put it in. What I generally do then is I do, like I said, put a little bit of anti-sieze on the tapered part. I already put a bunch on the threads, and then I just feel like that does a little better. I know the friction on the surfaces and whatnot, but this should take care of the torque going in, the tightening down. I've been doing it for a while, and it seems to work. All right, we got our usual checker mission. Well, everybody's ready to go to sleep here, the way it looks. There's the pumpkin I've been feeding them. See if they're getting that ripped down. Alright, I just went around and hand tightened all of the lug nuts. Put the old lug nuts away for next year, or next spring I should say. So I'm going to just kind of video this thing, how this quick jack comes down. So just take a look. You want to raise it up until the locks, and I'll have to unlock the locks, I suppose. Let me raise it up quick. So you raise it up until the locks are there. And then what you do is you go to all the sides and you make sure that those little cams are flat. And then what you can do is you watch when it goes down, it'll slide over the lock. That was the jack, not me. So they're kind of preloaded. You have to pressurize them when you first get them, and they're preloaded, air on the back side of the hydraulic. So they're not really coming down by power. They're just air pressure down. So, all right. So I just went all the way around at 50 pounds. Now I'm doing it at 90. Generally, I like to do it in 2 stages. That way, for less of a chance of missing one of them. Check. So what I've got here is a Motorcraft transmitter. And what this lets you do is you go by each tire, and it'll honk when it knows which tire it is. There's more in-depth instructions on the internet, but I've done it. I just wrote it on the inside of this box where I keep the transmitter. So let's review. Turn the engine off, hit the brake. I don't know if that's supposed to. I don't know what that does. Turn it from off to run 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then run and hit the brake pedal. And then turn it off. Off to run 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And the horn's supposed to honk, which it didn't. So let's turn it off. Hit the brake. Okay, I'll try it again. Off to run. 1, 2, 3. and then run. Hit the brake pedal. Okay. Turn it off. Off the run 3 times. 1, 2, 3. There it is. So we got the horn. So you leave it in run, and we go to the left front. And we hit the, I left it right in the bag, the sensor's in here. You can still hit the button. I just hit it a bunch of times. I think I should probably read the instructions on this one again, but eventually it should honk. Can you just hold it? I don't remember now. I got nothing else to do but sit here all day. We'll probably speed this up in the editing afterwards. Starting to worry. He's been asleep for a while. I don't know if it makes a difference. Oh, there's the one. Okay, that's left front. And then you're supposed to go right front. Same thing. I should probably read up on this. There it is. And you go right rear. I'm probably getting my lefts and rights mixed up, but it seems to be working.
Again, probably have to speed this up in the editing.
Come on, wake up, little sensor. And then the left rear. I believe too I moved all the wheels, the old wheels, back to where I store them, which is probably, I don't know, 40, 50 feet away in a different part of the building. So should keep the old wheels far enough away that they don't, the sensors aren't being triggered. I've never had a problem with it, but normally I'm not doing it when they're sitting right here. Like I said, these have been sitting since spring when I took the winter tires off, so, and they're the original ones from 2013. It's 2017 now, just about 2018. So I'm sure these batteries in here are getting old. Come on, wake up. If anybody knows if there's a right way to do this, feel free to leave it down in the comments. Right now I'm probably, 5 minutes into this thing, trying to get these sensors set. Okay, now we've been to all 4 wheels, and it tells me the door is open. Okay, great. Got it. Training complete. Hit the OK button. And we're back to normal. So those are all set. So that should give you pretty much the rundown of how to put winter tires on your car. Alright, there's a few other things you have to do when you're done. So these are the nuts from the new rims. And if you want to avoid rusty nuts, now's the time to polish your nuts. Alright, the one thing I almost forgot. I checked the door, and it says 32 PSI for each of the tires. So I was going to run around and make sure that there's enough air in the tires. Because I'm sure the wife would not be happy if I put different tires on and did not check them for air. So that one has enough. I don't know if you guys can hear the little ding in the background, but generally on this air meter thing, it'll ding each time it adds pressure. So